replace this X with the most memorable teacher in your life. So why am I suddenly talking about teachers? It's because they have such an influential role in our society. And that leads me to my first question. Can a teacher affect my self-confidence? So teachers are very important and they do have a big role in shaping the future of a society. So can they affect our self-confidence? Yes, I agree to this. How and why? So after my parents, I think they're the only group of people that I spend most of my time with, and they teach me a lot of stuff, and yeah, so I spend a lot of time with them. My parents trust them. And how do they affect me? It's through their remarks. So every remark a teacher gives me affects me, whether it's positive or negative. Now I'd like to just move on to what I think is the role of a teacher, which is being a third parent. Being a third parent means, apart from the duty of imparting knowledge to students, would also mean to help them discover themselves, help them be a better version of themselves, basically working on the soft skills. When soft skills are worked on, in the long run, I will gain knowledge because I know how to do things, and which leads me to, I tend to trust my abilities rather than my knowledge. So I would need my third parent, my teacher, to ensure me that my abilities are always stronger and I can always do better. Now, if I think of some ways in which a teacher can impact me, these are the ways. First, starting with the orientation day, I would actually stretch it out to an orientation week, because this is very important because it's the first day of school, and I think if it started with some team activity probably, it would really create a comfortable environment in the class. And when someone's comfortable where they are, they tend to be more confident, they tend to be focusing on improving themselves. And the next thing would be to reinforce the strengths in the student. This goes a long way for the students because a lot of times you feel like your abilities are not good enough. Some things you have never tried before. And in this way, I would say focusing on the strengths is very important. The last one and the most important one would be reverse questioning. So I have never had a teacher who actually asked me the second question: does whatever subject have opportunities, whatever country? I actually wish some teacher asked me this question because then I would have worked towards my future. So yes, I did a master's in biotechnology, but currently I'm actually planning to move to food science because I'm not in the place where I want to be because this question was not asked to me. And this is something I couldn't think of, or this is something my parents couldn't think of as well. Moving on. Next, I would like to focus on, this is my boyfriend, I'd like to focus on appreciation and recognition, which is also another way a teacher can impact me. What I mean by this is, I would love if the teacher focused on my hard work and my efforts rather than what score I get at the end of something. It can be a small task, it can be a test, it can be whatever. But always focusing on my hard work really reinforces my strengths. It also makes me believe in my abilities, basically. And a lot of teachers do not do this these days, at least from my experience. And also the right kind of criticism. That also matters a lot. Something like, good, you've done nice. But I would like to hear something specific to whatever I've done or whatever task I've done. So I was actually lucky enough, shout out to my dance teacher, Jagdish. He actually did fulfill all these things, and till date I pursue dance because of him, though I'm not pursuing it as a career. And I'd like to mention something about him. He always took control of his class. So he would always do this thing where he let us speak, but he would also know where to cut us off, which is very important because a lot of us have opinions. And a lot of us have a lot of things to say. But what's important is you need to know what to say, when to say it, and also give others an opportunity. And he always ensured that we stayed humble and, yeah, be successful in whatever we do. And he also told us that being humble is one of the ways towards doing that. So, in conclusion, I would say that if a teacher does not intellectually and mentally challenge you, change that teacher. If you cannot change a teacher, unfortunately, you can be your own teacher because the internet exists and we can all do it. Thank you.